Africa, our continent. Vast, ancient and untamed, Africa still has much to offer the intrepid explorer. From north to south and east to west, this is a continent of matchless variety. The grassy savannas broken by great gorges, mountains and rivers, and the jungles yielding to merciless deserts. At Fouriesburg Country Tours, we understand the allure of Africa, and we invite you to join us as we answer her call. Today we're on our way to one of Africa's gems, the unspoilt wilderness of Botswana.
Alright, so here we are, international border.
The border post does what most borders do. It heralds the excitement of new people and places. Our first destination is Maun, on the fringes of the magnificent Okavango Delta. From miles above the earth, the delta looks like a broom with a short handle, called in fact the Panhandle. It's a large and complex network of channels and islands that wax and wane in size with the seasons.
So we are here in Maun, right? We're gonna fly for 45 minutes. We're gonna fly at 500 feet above the ground, so it's approximately 200 meters. We have 5 people here and 1 people gonna come in front with me. Who's going in front with me? Yeah? Alright, good.
The channels are now full of water that's come down from Angola. There can be a 6-month delay before this water reaches the delta, which is why the channels are full during the dry season. But they'll soon be dry again, evaporated or drained into the sand. In all its thousands of years of existence, the Okavango River has never made it to the sea. Experiencing the Okavango Delta at ground level, or at water level to be precise, is a different matter altogether. This is a glimpse of how life used to be lived in Africa's ancient aquatic cultures, slowly and quietly. Today we are privileged to be reliving it in that way. Gliding gently through the reeds to the robust sounds of the local language, Tswana, there's a sense of pioneer exploration in all this, using the age-old way of getting round, the mokoro. You can work up quite an appetite sitting in a canoe doing nothing but enjoying the ride. We are berthed expertly by our polar on an island where our lunch is ready, and we enjoy it the simple way, sitting on the grass.
Thank you. That's good.
In Botswana, there's always something to see along the way, and one thing that's hard to miss is the huge and distinctive baobab. In African legend, the baobab was meant to be the hyena's symbolic tree, but so disgusted was he that he flung it down on the sand, and its upside-down roots have been reaching for the sky ever since. In fact, its roots alone, very much on the ground, are so big that you'll need a hand jumping down from them. The seed-bearing pods are full of a pulp which is used to make cream of tartar, and someone was brave enough to taste it.
This is cream of tartar in the pod, and it's edible, and they make a special powder for this, and tasty.
After a long drive through the bushveld, it's delicious to reach a riverine area with its shade and coolness. Chobe's Safari Lodge is in the town of Kasane, far up north and right on the Chobe River. This is not Africa in the raw. This is the Africa of romance, comfortable, well-appointed, and with choice companions. The giant shade trees ring with birdsong, monkeys leap through the canopy above, and there's a pool for cooling off in summer. The winters in Botswana can be surprisingly chilly, especially at 6 a.m. in an open vehicle. But early morning is the best time to see the Chobe wildlife, though the hippos are grumpy after a sleepless night spent feeding on the bank. With the rising sun warm on their flanks, impala look especially photogenic.
Yeah, these are all female. The male got horns. There will be one male running off this way.
Yeah.
All right?
We'll see if we can find the
what?
The leopard. You know the leopard?
The leopard.
Leopard, yes.
Well, yeah, we will.
Leopard, yeah.
We never promise, but you never know what the bush got for us.
Yeah.
We saw one yesterday, but it's too far away from here. We went for half-day tour.
The elusive leopard knows that we're not that far away, but true to his species, he's playing hard to get. There are also lions in Chobe, but as the sun rises higher, they tend to rest up in the shade. If they do move off for a hunt, it's with the reasonable certainty that there are enough prey animals to feed them.
So how much sugar do you want? And milk? Thank you. There's also rusket here, or biscuit. Yeah.
Thank you.
What can I get for you?
No, I'm going to eat fine.
We leave our clearing in the bush to its rightful owners and head back to the lodge.
All your knowledge
And the way you stop.
Okay, thank you so much.
It's well known that game viewing works up an enormous appetite, and the breakfast that awaits us doesn't disappoint. Next stop, Victoria Falls. The local people here do whatever they can to earn a living. There's a lot of commercial art, but also items that are genuinely handmade, some from street culture and some from high-end artists. The Zimbabwean flag flies high at the entrance to an unashamedly colonial establishment, the Victoria Falls Hotel. The colonial atmosphere is apparent everywhere. The little rail trolley that was used to take people to and from the falls, the chairs of wicker and Rhodesian teak covered in English florals, the hunting trophies, and the public rooms themselves, complete with paintings of King George V and his Queen Mary of Teck. But the true imperial might of this era greets you as you emerge into the sunlight and see the bridge over the Zambezi before you, part of Rhodes's Cape to Cairo dream. We now know that the Victoria Falls were formed mainly by the sheer erosive power of water, and not by any cataclysmic gash in the rock, as it was once believed. And they are still eroding, both backwards at the lip and downwards in the narrow gorges. The Chobe River, a tributary of the Great Zambezi, has its story too.
Now, if you look straight ahead of our boat, Chobe River splits into two channels. The channel on our right, currently, it is regarded as the borderline. That is between Namibia on our right and Botswana on the other side.
Like all Botswana's guides, our guide today really knows his stuff. Chobe is teeming with wildlife. It has the highest concentration of elephants in Africa. These sensitive animals form very close family bonds. In any given herd, most of the members will be related and can often span 3 or 4 generations. Life is good on the river, and swimming is the best part of it. Buffaloes love the river too. Their table manners need brushing up, but who cares about that when there's something serious to chew on? The Chobe River, moving slowly as it meanders languidly over a wide, shallow area, is ideal for wildlife. There can't be a better way to relax than drifting down a river among the ancestral dwellers of the floodplains. The number of rivercraft testifies to how scarce wilderness is becoming. But if you hang on long enough, you'll have the sunset all to yourself. Roughly 300 kilometers to the south of Chobe lies Nata Lodge, our home for the penultimate night of the tour. Because it's in Africa, we won't call it pretty. No, Nata Lodge is beautiful. But first things first, food.
Yes, that's fine. Yes, please. Yeah, and if I can have a bit of jam, strawberry would be lovely. Thank you.
That's all.
And a bit of cream. Pass on the cream. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And mine can be like that. I thank you.
Then a quiet moment with the birds before our ride out onto the Mahari pans.
Thank you, guys. Welcome you.
Thank you,
Yes.
Thank you, Cha.
Thank you, guys. Be good, yeah?
We're always good. We sometimes better, but today we're good.
I like it like that. I like it like that. Doors are open, you know? I think you guys say just close.
Vegetation only grows as far as the edge of the salty soil, and then not very abundantly, especially in winter. But in true Botswana fashion, there's life and colour in unexpected places.
It's called the Hoodia, the Gordon's Hoodia. But nowadays, again, it's so important they use it as a medicine for body slimming. If you're overweight or you're obese, this is one of the plants that they use. It has got a certain element inside. If you move it from the type of the soil that it favors, it loses that quality element, yes. Then it doesn't work.
The pans are what is left of a prehistoric inland sea called Lake Mahari. The ancient lake lost most of its water over the millennia, leaving behind the mysterious place we're witnessing today. There's not a breath of wind here. The water is as still as a mirror. The only movement is a skein of flamingos flying low across the sky. You're left thinking, what a strange and beautiful place Botswana is, and wondering when you'll be back. sun setting behind us and the night closing in, there's a definite chill in the air, but not among the people, who've made a great many new friends. Complimentary sherry, good food, good fellowship, and the kind of sleep you can only have in the bush end our tour of a wonderful country. Botswana, we will be back.
Weet jy, ons is nou amper klaar met die toer en ek is eintlik besig om 'n traan te stort want dit was so lekker geweest.
It was different, something I've never experienced before. The stops in between and the places where we stayed, we got to know different people. It was just very different.
Dit is fantasties. Ek het nie soveel verwag nie. Ek het nie woorde, maar ek gaan met pragtige prentjies gaan ek in my geheue terug om te onthou vir so lank as ek leef.
No, I just feel it's an amazing place and I just can't believe that the tour's gone so quickly. I would say that with Fouriesburg tours, when you start off as individuals, but when you come back as a family. They are extremely patient with all types of personalities.
Everybody was just on this tour, just seemed to fit in with each other, you know, and it was just, I found it amazing.
I'm saving for the Namibia trip. That's the next one on Fouriesburg tours. And I'm looking forward to that tour very much.